everyone, this is Bunny, and somebody asked me if I could show them how to make their own washes, because washes are expensive, and that's true. You can buy washes. I have this, to be fully honest, the wash in this bottle is not the wash that came in it. I've been refilling these for a long time, but you can buy these washes, and you can use them, and that's fine, but they're really expensive. For some ridiculous reason, these are more expensive than paint. That's ridiculous because they're watered down paint. But I guess you can use a pre-made wash if you like. I bought these because I like the bottles, and I've been refilling them for years. So, how do we make our own wash that really doesn't cost very much? Well, you just need a couple of things. You need some water, about the amount of wash you want to make, and this looks like it's a lot of water, and it kind of is. But that's because I need actually a ton of black wash because I am washing a whole host of stone that I need to darken up and make look really dirty and gross. So I need a lot of black wash. So that's why I've got this much. So you're going to need some water. You're also going to need a paint in the color you want to make the wash. So I'm using a black paint because I need to make a black wash. You're also going to need 2 brushes. You're going to need one ratty wrecked brush because when you mix up your wash, you're going to destroy a brush. So use something you don't care about. I use this for dry brushing or for slapping on a base coat. So use something you don't care about. Then you'll need a nice good brush that when you dip it into water, it picks up water and then flows. So you're going to need something like this where you can get a drip, okay? Something where when it's fully saturated, you can get a decent drip. All right, so we need those brushes. You also need like a clean paper towel or a clean cloth to test the consistency of your wash. How are we going to do this? So we're going to open up our black paint or whatever color you're using. We're going to squeeze a small amount, start small. So I'm starting with only that much for this much water. You can always add more. Put the lid back on this because I have a tendency to squeeze tubes and get paint everywhere. Now we're going to take this amount of paint and we're literally just going to beat it up on the bottom. Now this is not going to be enough paint. Okay, I'm going to need more paint than that. But always start small. So what you want to do is really beat the heck out of that paint to break it down. Because what happens is essentially your paint doesn't want to completely let go. So it wants to stay in a clump. So what I'm doing is really beating the heck out of it with this brush. Now you don't want to use this brush to test your wash because this brush is actually going to have a bunch of residual paint on it. So you're going to grab your other brush, dip that in, see if that's thick enough. That's definitely not thick enough for me, which I already knew it wouldn't be. So then you take your brush again, get more paint on there. So now I'm going to double my amount of paint. And again, smash that up, okay? Really make sure that paint is smashed up. You need to find the paint because sometimes it'll glob on the bottom. So you really want to be beating that paint up. Beat it up, beat it up, beat it up. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Just go after it. Okay. Let's try again. Dip this in. And I like to do a full immersion just so that I can... That's better. I like that. There we go. I'm just going to do a little bit more. Okay, just a tiny bit more because you can always thin down your washes when you're using them. What you can't do is thicken them that easily. So it's easier to have a slightly thicker wash that you store and then you can take it later and thin it down in your palette. Now let's try. There we go. That's exactly what I want. Remember, you want it to kind of just book off the brush. You want it to do a good consistency, has a little drip that'll just immediately come off onto your paper towels. See? You want it to drip and you want it to be colorful. That means it'll flow into the crevices of your model really easily. So now I'm going to bottle some of it, and then the rest I'm going to leave in here because I'm about to wash a whole lot of stone. But the way I bottle it, technically I could take this lid off, but they're really hard to get back on. So literally what I do is I put it in the water, squeeze is the bottle. So I force the air out. And then just siphon it in. Okay? And there we go. I have got wash in my bottle. Wash that I have made. Give it a good shake. Ta-da! I have got fresh black wash in here that was practically empty, and now I'm happy because I needed it. That is literally how you make your wash. You don't need to worry about having to buy it because you can just make it at home. You can still buy it if you'd rather buy it than just buy it. But I'd rather make mine at home with paint I already have and a little water from the tap. You don't even need to use a special water. You just use tap water and then you're fine, and then you end up with this. You're fine. Okay, so making your own washes at home is simple and easy. I hope that helped, and I hope that answered that particular question. That's about it for us here today. I hope you'll be back with us next time. Bye!